Well, we've been hiking for about 3 hours. Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm getting ready for my spring shop update, which means lightweight beanies, headbands, and some other surprise goodies. It's been a crazy winter, so I'm a little behind on everything, but I thought it would be a great time to start kind of documenting the process of how I run my shop. And we're actually going on a hut trip this weekend, which means we're skiing into a backcountry hut. But we ski in and have awesome backcountry access to a lot of cool backcountry skiing. So basically, I kind of wanted to show you how I incorporate my business into a lot of these adventures, how I bring my business along on these adventures, and it's a great opportunity for me to take product photos, do some footage for this channel, and kind of just show you a little bit more behind the scenes. So I'm almost unpacking for the trip. I have almost everything in my pack except for the yarn that I want to bring, and I'm here winding it. I'll show you what I'm bringing and then we'll see if I can fit it all. So here is the yarn that I'm bringing. We'll see how much room I have once I wind all of this, but I'm gonna wind all this yarn and continue packing and then see if I have room for more. Well, I'm here packing for the hut trip, and I've got this whole box of yarn that I'm gonna try to fit in there. I mean, I will knit some in the car, but we'll see what I can do. So it ended up being a super hectic night. I had to run to dance rehearsal right when I finished packing, and by the time I got back, our friend who was picking us up and my husband had already loaded up the car. So we actually ended up driving to Grand Junction that night because a big storm was rolling in, so we wanted to get a head start on our 6-hour drive. And then the next morning, we woke up and finished the drive. This is Ouray, Colorado, and the roads were super snowy, but we wanted to just make sure we got to the trailhead before they closed the pass. And it was just a beautiful drive, and by the time we got to the trailhead, the sun came out and our skin in was actually super beautiful. Well, we made it to the trailhead. I am packing my yarn bag. We've got these Cotopaxi packing cubes, and they're great because you can pack all your stuff and they won't get all jumbled with everything else. All right, we're packed and we're ready. When half of your pack is yarn. This hike is actually pretty mellow. We kind of knew what to expect because we had done this hut trip the year before, but it takes about 3.5 hours to get in, and it's a pretty steady climb all the way to the hut, except for the very last part, which was pretty steep. But we had some snack breaks and got a chance to put our packs down. My pack ended up being super heavy because I had all this yarn. I didn't think I had brought that much stuff, and I actually didn't pack much because half of my bag was yarn. But it was heavier than I was expecting. But the hike was beautiful, the sun was out, and right at the end of the hike, the storm started rolling in, but we were pretty much there, so it was great. Well, we've been hiking for about 3 hours. We're almost there. The weather's coming in. You'll never believe it, but this place has a wood-burning sauna. We're like in the backcountry. There's nothing else here, but check out this view. I'm so sweaty. It's time to roll. Next day, we all got up early and had breakfast, and almost the whole group decided to go out for a ski. So we got all our stuff together, and seriously, it was such a beautiful day. It was bluebird, pretty warm, and the snow was super good. There was a slope that was super crusty, but then we went on the other side and hiked up for about 2 hours, and then did some skiing. So it was awesome. We just got back to the hut after some skiing this morning, and I'm going to work on the Winterfell headband. I love using my field notes notebooks. I bring them everywhere. They're the perfect size, but I have one for everything, and this one's the one I basically jot down all of my pattern ideas for. I have other ones for content ideas and stuff like that, but they're so convenient to bring on these types of trips. But when I design a new pattern, I basically make a couple of mock-ups first and kind of write down what I did as I go, and then from there I basically make the edits as I'm knitting until I have my final version, and from there is when I type up the pattern into a final draft, send it out to test knitters, and then they help me make sure that the pattern makes sense. But on a trip like this, it was kind of just playing around with the yarn, getting my ideas down, and then taking the headbands out for a spin to make sure they were what I wanted them to be. I did end up finalizing the headband pattern. It made several examples, but for the rest of the time I put my phone away, and then it was time to go. Hi friends, so I am back from the hut trip, and oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was just 3 days in the backcountry with my friends and no service. So we just got to ski and knit and sauna and play games, and it was awesome. So I just think it's so important to be able to truly disconnect like that. Like, there's no service or internet up there, so you're just there and hanging out and spending quality time with these people that you care about. So this particular hut had hut keepers, which is so nice. But basically they live up there, and they cook the breakfasts and a soup at 4 every day and dinner at 7. So your day is basically, you wake up, you have breakfast, you go and ski, and then you go sauna and come back and have dinner. I mean, it's like the life of luxury. But I did bring along some of my knitting, as you saw. I am preparing for my spring shop launch, and I try to do an update once a month. I can only make so much, so I kind of do that update model, and I also stock a local shop here in Steamboat. So they've been really busy this winter, so it's been mostly keeping up with them. So I've actually had fewer things available for my shop updates this year. I'm hoping that this fall I'll kind of be a little bit more on top of the inventory and have more ready to go. But last year was a really hard year for me. We lost 4 really important people in our life, one of which was a super tragic accident. So it was a lot of grief. And then I also had a really crazy health journey. I got diagnosed with an autoimmune condition that affects my liver. So it was kind of a grief in that as well. Like, why is my body doing this? But anyway, so going into this year, I kind of have a lot of really exciting ideas and dreams, and I actually feel energized again to really put some new life into my biz. I've been doing this for 3 years full-time, 5 years total, and it's just, I can't believe that I do this, honestly. Like, I went on this hut trip and was able to bring work with me. I make my full-time income, and it's been awesome. So I kind of wanted to show you some of the stuff I made on the trip. I have this Cotopaxi packing cube, so it kind of kept everything really contained. And my friends actually were doing an over-under bet on how many beanies I could make on the trip, which I was like, you guys, I also want to not be knitting and hang out with you too. But I did beat it. They had a 6.5 over-under, and I ended up making 8 beanies. And my spring line beanies, they take me longer to make than the chunky winter beanies, just because it's a thinner yarn. But one of the styles is this one. When I bring knits on trips like that, I usually don't weave in my ends yet. I don't want to bring all of the tags and all that other equipment, so it's just the knitting part. But this is called the Mud Season Beanie, so it's got the high top, but this one's a really cozy 100% merino wool. It's kind of a mid-weight, so it's really squishy, and it's kind of that basic style, and I love wearing this one. So I made all of these, one of each color in that spring line, as of you watching this video, are available in my shop. And then I made a few of these Love Your Lands beanies. So this one is a lighter weight, kind of a slightly slouchy style. I love this one. It's like a hand-dyed yarn with ethical and sustainable merino wool, and I just love the colors. It's so pretty. But I made a few of those, so I have some of these available too. And then I was working on a new headband design. I made 4 different iterations, kind of trying to find a good happy medium. So if you didn't know, I also sell my knitting patterns online. And so the Winterfell design, I have a Winterfell beanie. That was my most popular both beanie and knitting pattern. So I thought it would be cool to do a headband version of it for spring. I also did a cowl version of it for the fall. But it was cool being able to just play around, and I think this is kind of the final version of it. I'm gonna make a few different colors of this to sell on my website and maybe in the local shop. And then I'll probably be releasing the knitting pattern at some point this month. If you want, I can make a video. Well, I guess I should plan on making a video of that process, the pattern design process, and then bringing it from idea to an actual pattern that I sell. But yeah, if you like this type of video, let me know in the comments. This is my first video, so I kind of didn't really have all of the footage I wanted from the hut trip, but I learned a lot about footage. I'm still using my phone, but I did buy a vlogging camera, so hopefully I can kind of up my content quality soon. And then yeah, I'm planning with this channel basically to just document my business journey. I have a lot of ideas for this year, so I kind of want to share that with you and just document this journey. So thank you for coming along, and if you like this, subscribe, like this video, say hi in the comments. I'm excited. Thanks.